Hello everyone, welcome to Club Reaction to Rangers 2 Hibs now, live from Ibrox Stadium, and it's not often I get to say that. My name's Scott Carney, joining me at a very cold and windy Ibrox, so I do apologise if it sounds a bit off. It's Stevie Clifford. Stevie, how are you?
Good, I'm relieved, good performance. Yeah, and positive evening, so that's exactly what you want.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a win, and it's a win that we all wanted, and my prediction of us getting beat didn't come true, which I'm absolutely delighted about. Rangers have won today, and we won pretty comfortably, I'm not going to lie. I think once we settled down after the protests had happened, and especially after we scored the goal, I thought we controlled the game. The starting 11, Raskin came back in, mate. We've seen Gassam actually play on the left hand side. Who would have thought that that's something that will work? Mikey Moore played on the right. No massive shots apart from that. Maybe the odd one about Kelly doing the pressure but then not getting a game. But your thoughts on the 11?
Well, it worked. I think the result is going to mean that it did work, and it was the right thing to do and the right selection. Nico Raskin has to play. I mean, I've spent weeks saying it, and yeah, I really like him, and he's a good lad, and that clouds your judgment sometimes, but he's also our best player.
Yeah.
And I think he proved that today. It's about finding a role that suits him. It's about the manager getting the best out of him, and it's also about Nico knuckling down and doing his best. So, I mean, he controlled the game today. He scored a wonderful header, made the second goal a lovely pass to Mikey Moore, but was involved in a lot of the good play that happened on the left-hand side. Gassam being over there, playing his best stuff, shouldn't be a surprise to anyone, because he's been our most dangerous player, especially at the start. So, yeah, I mean, it was the right selection because we won the game. Is our nines getting enough of the ball? No. That's still a concern for me. Are we creating enough opportunities from open play? No. So there's loads to work on, but see, as a building block for where we've been and where we want to go to, then you take that win today and you go on from that.
Absolutely, you're spot on. I think there was attacking intent from Rangers today, which is something that we've labelled at Russell Martin's squad so far that we don't do, and we haven't been doing, but today we done it. And at points we actually played some pretty good football, especially after the goal. Nico Raskin announcing his return back to the squad, mate, as you would expect. Looked our most lively player for sure. Great cross in from Tav at the corner, and there's that near post run from Nico as he flicks into the goal, mate, to give us a 1-0 lead. Nico, he's critical for Rangers, he really is.
Yeah. He's also weirdly such a threat from set pieces for one of the smallest guys on the park.
Absolutely, yeah.
He makes that run all the time, and it's such a simple corner. We've done it now. We've done it at Parkhead. He almost scored against Celtic here. He scored against Hibs, I'm sure, at Easter Road doing the same thing. He scored a goal in Europe doing that, and he scored again today. So, but it was more his intent that he played with, the driving forward from midfield, and the way he kind of bossed the game. Kept it simple, just used the ball well. And by the way, Rangers were really good on the ball today. The amount of times, even at the back, they knocked it about. And yeah, look, we're on edge, so for us it was kind of, on edge. But in theory, we were actually well in control of the ball. So I thought Hibs were dire.
Yep.
Hibs were really, really poor. Disappointed actually in Bowie, because I thought he was a better player. I thought he was awful today, touch-wise and everything else. I say disappointed, but I'm not really.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I
I don't give a shit. But what I mean is, I'm surprised by how poor he was, because he was genuinely quite dreadful.
Yeah.
So that was a surprise to me. I thought Hibs were a better side, but they were genuinely very, very poor. Rangers got it right today. Were they fantastic? No. Did they create enough? Should we have scored more goals and things like that? There's always things you can work on, but you have to start somewhere.
Yeah.
For us to start here today as a building block to everything else, you'll take that and run with it.
Absolutely, and obviously we make it 2-0 in the first half as well, with Bojan Miovski getting his first goal for the club. Mikey Moore, we had really been involved, and I had just uttered to Stevie before we scored I'd maybe look at changing him, but it was a well-worked move out on the right hand side that led to a kind of shot, I suppose, from Mikey Moore, but Miovski was there to react quickest to the loose ball and tuck it away to make it 2-0. And Stevie, from there, important for Miovski to get off the mark. Obviously, with the way that we play football, he's not going to get a lot of touches of the ball, but you want him there to score the goals when the opportunities present themselves. But from there on in, Rangers controlled, even into the second half, Rangers controlled it. I'm kind of baffled by what Hibs were trying to do. I don't really understand their game plan, and I thought we were we were comfortable. We played some really good football. We were composed. There didn't look like there was any sort of panic from the squad. And if anything, the 2-goal lead just kind of freed the players up. I think you could visibly see on the pitch they looked lighter on their feet.
Yeah, they did. Obviously gave them confidence. And look, I just think the balance was a bit better. You know, Gassam is obviously on the left-hand side suited, Cornelius suited on the left, but look at the difference in John Souttar playing as a right-sided defender. He sprayed about the ball exceptionally well today. A lot of long diagonal passes which were absolutely spot on, but he's just more comfortable. Yeah. Whoever would have thought it?
No, but I don't. It won't catch on, mate.
You know what I mean?
It definitely won't.
You watch Scotland who, you know, just use him as a defender. Don't try and make him, you know, a sitting Pirlo. And he's a lot better on the ball. Absolutely. And he's a lot better in his position by just making him do the simple things. So Russell Martin, you know, talked about simplifying it. Yeah, don't make your centre halves play as, you know, playmakers. I don't think you're being unfair just to say keep it simple and let them defend. So no, I mean overall it was better, and it's good for Majowski. Look, to kind of go back to the second goal a wee bit, it's good for Majowski. Johnny on the spot, isn't he? He's just got to knock it in. It's a good move. Nico but it's good movement. Moore moves. Nico finds a run. You know, and that's that wide position that he wants the eights to get into. So overall for us, like, you know, we take that every single day of the week and we run with it. So it's a positive for us.
It was a comfortable afternoon. I say a lot of players really finding their feet a little bit. I think, as I say, I don't think we underestimated the impact that Raskin does have on this squad. And yeah, I thought we controlled the game. I don't think we looked in any real danger. We were unlucky not to go 3 up, mate. We should maybe get a breakthrough.
I thought it was a great run.
Great
Loads
run,
of
good
power,
touch,
pace, good touch. Yeah. And he gets on target. It's a good save.
It's a good save.
You know, in a few weeks' time, if he's not one in, he probably does. He go round to keeper and just knock that in. Does he just strike it to the side? I don't know. Maybe he snatched that at a wee bit as a young kid running through. But overall, I don't think he could have. You know, you're over-analysing it if you think you could have went round him or whatever. He's done everything right, and he's just unlucky. He gets on target, and it's a good save with the goalie's feet. So, look, that would have been icing on the cake for the big man to run through and get that. Mickey Moore had a good shot that just went wide. Ant-Man was a tremendous run, and he kind of rolled it wide with his left foot. So yeah, I mean, the more it got open, the more comfortable we looked. As you said, lighter on the feet. Gassam also whipped one in that hit the bar, didn't he?
Yeah, he was unlucky. Yeah.
So there was a lot of things there. What was interesting today for me was the reaction to the support, because when the protest started in 10 minutes and the balls came onto the pitch, there was kind of that annoyed way of, so the Martin get the fuck chance didn't really get off the ground, which was interesting.
Yeah, that's true.
And nobody really backed it. But then the Patrick Stewart
got quite up. Yeah.
When that happened on 50 minutes, the whole stadium applauded that.
It did.
And that was interesting because there was no chance against Patrick Stewart that I heard, but it was a resounding, overwhelming show of support for that message. So that to me was an interesting dynamic. Rangers fans will very quickly get on board with Russell Martin if the team start playing well and we start winning and shiny things arrive. Right? That's the truth of it.
Yeah, that's
right?
the truth.
And the reason why we were also annoyed is when you look at that Hearts performance, and yeah, he's had a wee pop in there about did they look coached this week, which was quite funny. But they didn't look coached last week.
No.
They were absolutely dreadful, and I stand by, that's one of the worst 45 minutes I've seen, and I've been coming here for 30 odd years.
Yeah, I agree.
So, you know, I don't mind that, and we look better today, which is great, but you take their off of the smooth, that's now the minimum they can go to. They need to go build on it with Thursday, and they need to go and kick on again. So, it's one of them ones, isn't it? You take that today, it's a good building block, a lot of positives in there, and the bar was low, so it was always going to be like that, Scotty, but you know what I mean, you take the result and you run with it, and it could have been more on another day. Maybe Moore's shot goes in, maybe, you know, Ant-Man curls that one in, Chermeti maybe gets that, and it would have put the icing on the cake, so to speak. But we all would have taken 2-0 and ran with that, no problem.
At the start of the game, I would have took 2-0, no bother. I think if you've watched the podcast midweek and you watched it yesterday, you'll know that I would have happily took a 2-0 today. I didn't expect much from Rangers, and I was pleasantly surprised. I want to be wrong. I say it all the time. I want to be wrong. He's still an uphill task to go. I mean, this doesn't really change anything. Obviously, it's a better performance, and hopefully it's a start, but it has to be just a start. That we have to continue to improve from this. Rangers could have been better, yes, of course they could have, but we've pretty comfortably had a routine 2-0 win against Hibs. I think everybody would have took that, absolutely no doubt, especially surrounding the kind of atmosphere before the game, the protests, etc. So quite happily take it. And the press conference we've just heard from Russell Martin there after the game, he didn't get too carried away. The most revealing thing about it is if looks could kill, Stevie would be a dead man right now.
That was funny. It was funny. He ended the press conference by saying, maybe we looked coached this week, and shot me a look of absolute disdain. So it was quite funny. I don't mind that in the slightest. See if he comes back at me after we giving it to him, that's absolutely fine. But it was pathetically funny in a way.
It was.
So,
it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, we're through. We're into semi-final yet, and we're on to Thursday now. They say nothing really changes, but it's a win, and it has to be the start of something, or else we'll be having the same conversations we've had over and over again. What many a time. Does it change many fans' opinions? Probably not. Is it good to see us playing a little bit of football and actually enjoy your trip to Ibrox? You're damn right it is. Also, every time I sit next to Stevie in the gantry, we win. So there's a season ticket going on the club deck, by the way, if anybody wants to get in touch with me, because I think I'll be joining Stevie. Stevie, always a pleasure, mate. I really enjoy it, and thank you very much.
Any time, especially if we keep winning, it's
it's cold.
Let's get in.
Yeah, we are going. We'll be back midweek. Well, the boys will. I won't. The boys will be back midweek with Club Deck Corner. I'm off gallivanting on Tuesday. But please like the video, subscribe to the channel, all the usual stuff. Thanks again to Stevie. A win's a win. I'm going for a beer. See you later.